The midday sun beat weakly down on Blackwater Marsh, a sheet of murky water surrounded by gnarled cypress trees and tall reeds that whispered even without wind. On the bank, a white cow floated on its side, its legs stiff as sticks, its belly swollen under the pale light. It looked like a forgotten tea bag in a cracked cup. "She's not swimming," Mara said, her voice low, her eyes fixed on the inert body. "No," Vance replied, adjusting his sweaty glasses. "She's floating." "As if she's given up." Kelly, leaning against the truck console, rubbed his face. "Okay, Hector. Good plan." "Bad bait, Hector." The name echoed like a mistake. No one there had known Dr. Hector Varela. They had only read the declassified report, Project Limnea, 1987. Objective: bioengineering of aquatic species for pest control. Result: catastrophic failure. Location: Blackwater Marsh. Only missing person: Varela, H. The project had been buried. Until 3 weeks earlier, a farmer recorded a video, something larger than a boat gliding beneath the surface, leaving a slow, deliberate wake. A shadow with scales and eyes that didn't blink. They came with a helicopter, sedative darts, a neural tracking collar, a faithful copy of the model found in the wreckage of the submerged laboratory. They didn't know that the device wasn't for controlling the creature. It was for communicating with it. "Hold on, I've got something on the radar," Kelly said, his finger trembling on the monitor. "It's coming." "Where? How far?" 30 meters, maybe less, moving slowly. "But it's coming, definitely coming." "Visual confirmation?" "Only on radar. It's below the surface, but it's coming." "Everybody in the truck, move, move, move. We'll guide it to the shallow bay." The plan was simple: isolate, sedate, contain, extract tissue samples, assess the threat, eliminate, if necessary. They hadn't counted on the mud. The water rose quickly, 1.20 meters, then 1.50 meters. The truck got stuck, the wheels spinning uselessly, spraying jets of brown mud. Ahead, the cow was still floating, but now it was rotating slowly, as if pulled by an invisible current. "It's moving," Mara murmured. "Of course it is," Vance retorted. "The tide is coming in." "It's not the tide. It's kicking." And it was. A hind leg contracted, then stretched out, a rhythmic, almost measured spasm, as if responding to a signal. Hector, the nickname they'd given the team leader out of irony or superstition, held the rifle with both hands, his knuckles white. The neural collar, attached to an improvised harpoon, hung from his belt. "If he gets close to her, back away," Mara said. "He's concerned about the cow." "Concerned?" Kelly laughed nervously. "It's a giant reptile, Mara. It doesn't get concerned. It hunts. Then why hasn't it touched her?" Silence. Only the bubbling of the water. And in the distance, a low click like the creaking of a submerged door opening. There. A dorsal crest broke the surface, black as wet basalt. Then the snout, wide and furrowed, with 2 nostrils that exhaled steam. The eyes, yellow and vertical, did not blink. They fixed directly on Hector. "There he is!" Kelly exclaimed. "Hector, you little snacker," Vance murmured, almost to himself. But it wasn't mockery that came out. It was recognition. For, under the oblique light, something gleamed on the creature's neck. It wasn't a scale nor a wound. A metallic disc, corroded but intact. The same symbol engraved in the 1987 report. The same one that adorned the collar Hector wore. "Its collar. It better work," Mara said, her voice thin. Hector swallowed hard. He squeezed the harpoon's trigger. The projectile flew and embedded itself in the base of the reptile's neck, next to the old implant. An electric crackle filled the air. The creature shuddered, not from pain, from recognition. It turned its head, slowly, and looked at Hector, not with fury, but with something close to sadness. The chaos came in layers. First, the second animal, smaller and more agile, emerged from behind the truck, splashing water as it surfaced. It attacked without warning, not them, but Vance's thigh, with a dry, precise bite. Not to kill, to mark. "It bit me!" Vance shouted, staggering. "Are you okay?" "It bit me!" There are two exclamation marks. "Get back to the truck!" Kelly yelled. "I'll cover you!" But Hector didn't move. He was paralyzed, his eyes fixed on the first reptile, which was now approaching, slow and deliberate, its jaws slightly open, not in threat, but in display. Inside its mouth, between the serrated teeth, something gleamed. An object wrapped in fibrous tissue. "Two," Mara whispered, counting. "A guardian, a young one, as the old ones said." "Which old ones?" "The ones who lived here before they drained the south. They said that when the lake breathes, two come, one to remember, one to test." "Breathes?" "It's when the water rises without rain, when the fish swim in circles, when the cows surrender." The larger reptile was now 3 meters away. It stopped, lowered its head, opened its jaw. Inside there was a notebook, military-grade plastic, waterproof. On the cover, faded, H. Varela, logbook, Limnea project. Hector moved forward instinctively. "Hector, no!" Mara shouted. But he was already in the water, up to his waist. He extended his hand. The reptile didn't react. It only watched, as if it had been waiting for this for 38 years. The notebook had survived. The pages, sealed in polymer, contained meticulous notes and a revelation. September 12th, 1987, cycle completed. Limnea 7 female and Limnea 8 male integrated. They are not predators. They are mediators. They respond to the neural frequency of the caller, not for obedience, but for synchronicity. The lake is sick. They balance it. The cow is not bait. It is an offering. When it floats on its side, the pact is broken. They come to restore it. The mistake was ours. We tried to control the balance. Now we are the disturbance. If anyone reads this, do not neutralize them. Sedation doesn't silence them. It disconnects the lake. And when the lake stops breathing, everything rots. H. The last entry was smudged, as if written hastily, with a trembling hand. "They accepted me. I'm going with them. Maybe the balance needs a human too. The collar isn't to control them, it's to remember." Hector looked up. The reptile was still staring at him, and then slowly, almost ritually, it raised a front paw, not to attack, to offer. Its skin was covered in old scars, and in one of them, something gleamed under the mud. An ocular implant, cloudy but intact. A human eye, the eye of Hector Varela. Back on the shore, the debate erupted like a wildfire. "He's trapped. Mission accomplished." "He's not trapped. He's waiting. He's suffering. We have to be humane." "Humans? Look at him. He's quiet. He's offering something." Kelly raised her rifle. "It's half dead, half alive. Give it more sedative, or shoot it." "No," Mara said firmly. "The sedative disconnects the lake. That's not neutralizing it. That's killing the whole place. So what do we do? Let it take Hector?" Hector, the team member, was still in the water, motionless, the notebook open in one hand, the neural collar in the other. He was looking at the reptile. He was looking at the glass eye embedded in its paw. And then, without saying a word, he did something that no protocol had foreseen. He connected the new collar to the old disc on the creature's neck. A low hum filled the air. The lights on the implant, both the old and the new, flashed in sync. Green, blue, green. The reptile exhaled, a cloud of vapor. Then it slowly turned and began to swim back towards the center of the lake. The younger one followed, but not before passing by Vance and gently touching its snout to his wounded leg. A minimal electric discharge coursed through the bite. It wasn't pain, it was warmth. "He marked me," Vance whispered. "Now, I'm part of the test." The helicopter landed in the clearing, stirring up dead leaves and dust. 2 men got out, white lab coats, black briefcase with the seal of a private laboratory. "Flan," said one, extending his hand. "Good job." "We brought the containment tank," Mara intervened. "We're not going to transport it." "Oh no." "Why?" "Because it's not a threat." "It's a system," Flan smiled patiently. "Everything is a system, my dear. Even fear, even compassion. What matters is control." He looked at Hector, still in the water, now on his knees, his forehead almost touching the reptile's dorsal crest. "Is he praying?" Flan asked, amused. "No," Mara said. "He's listening." Flan sighed. "You've done the hard part. Congratulations. Now, let the professionals take over. We'll give the reptile medical attention." But as he approached the shore, the lake breathed. The water receded, not in a wave, but in a pulse, as if an enormous heart had beaten beneath the mud. The trees trembled. The ground shook. And in the center of the lake, where the reptile had disappeared, 2 columns of bubbles rose to the surface, forming, for an instant, 2 concentric circles, one larger, one smaller. Then silence, and a single line of writing, visible only to those who knew where to look, etched in the damp mud of the shore, as if traced by a claw. Limnea is not a name, it is a verb. It means to become water. "Are you still on the shore?" Flan recoiled. "That wasn't in the briefing." No one answered. Mara looked at Hector. He was still on his knees, but he was smiling. And in the depths far below, something ancient, and now double, swam again, slowly, deliberately, in sync. The lake breathed again.